All right, day 2 confessional. Let's get right to it because there's a lot. So I felt like I was in a good place. I was with the Kibo party. Things were going well. I felt like I was in the majority. It was me, Robin, Sneha, and Jordan. So the 4 of us seemed to be pretty tight as you can be at the very beginning. Well, we had to vote out someone when we lost our challenge. And so we decided on JJ simply because he kind of seemed like a loner. We found out that Danielle and John had played in a game together before. Danielle was really worried because John was telling everybody, and Danielle was just worried that people would think that they're automatically together. She was really trying to say like she'll do anything for us to believe her. So in order to not rock things, we just said we were going to go ahead and go with JJ. I do think he was blindsided. So we get ready for our second challenge, and what do we know? There's a swap. So I kind of got tribe party screwed with getting screwed in the sense of, here, I'll just show it to you. So I wrote it out. You see those dots? Those represent the people that we were on an original party together. So you can see these 4 came together, and then me and John over here. So that was like the worst thing that could have happened in my opinion, because one, John was one we were considering to vote out. And then now I'm with John in a party, and we're the minority. So we killed it in the challenge. I feel like I did really well. That's where we did the lasso toss with the plates, and I was the last man standing because I had to get 6. So it was kind of nice, like, to know that me finishing is what got it for the tribe. I mean, obviously they did it too, but you know what I'm saying. And then we didn't have to go to the crossroads. So now here's where it gets tricky. We have our 3rd challenge, which we win again. I think I did very well knocking down all the solo cups. So before that challenge though, let's just talk about the dynamics on that party. Within the first minute of being there, John says, screw that other party we were with, and I'm with you guys. I'm like, wow, you like denounced that other party that fast. So that was interesting to me. And then immediately, everybody wants to go join other rooms with everybody but me and John. So it was like, okay. So everybody's talking, and me and John are left in our base chat. So I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of weird, like completely excluded right off the bat. So I decided to just join the outpost and see who's gonna join me and who wants to talk to me. I sat there maybe for about 10 minutes, and then Trent showed up. Trent, super nice guy, tells me that they have already talked about with the group that they were talking with. They feel like I'm a challenge beast, and because of that, they want to make sure that I'm stuck around, and he really wants to work with me. Do I know if that's true yet? I don't know, but I really hope so, and hope that he has my back, and if we have to go to the crossroads, it's not me, but I am in the minority. But I hope they see me as someone who would be an asset because of how I play. So the other part of it was that the Kibo party got to save someone, and I joined them at crossroads. I chose to not do a vote. I didn't feel like I needed to do a vote. I feel like it was kind of clear cut, and I was right. It was Austin that was voted out. So I'm going back to my party tomorrow, and I really hope I'm safe and we continue to let me get it to where at least when we get to the rendezvous, I'm still good.
All right, so day two of Mount Kilimanjaro was insane. Uh, it starts off with us coming in, and from our crossroads, we find out that two of our team members were actually roommates and just removed themselves from the game. And the face goddess and Rosemary just took themselves out, and I think my jaw literally dropped. I was not expecting that at all. As crazy as it is, because it would have just been way more boring, them getting voted out, which is definitely the direction it was headed. So, I mean, good on them for making really funny content. But we feel super unified after that. We end up getting camp swapped, and I know me and Lindsay are in trouble because we are the bottom two in a majority Kibo party. So I instantly knew, okay, this is not good. I was abducted, and from that abduction, I got to miss Crossroads from the first round that Kibo tanked. And unfortunately, Lindsay was sent. She was removed from the party, and that was just a red flag for my position at that party. So I luckily was given a clue, and our tribe looked I don't even know what expression I was going for, but we looked everywhere and could not find it. I just honestly couldn't even stare at another YouTube video comment stream for this, and I had no idea where this compass was, and I had two clues from getting one. I got one advantage for being the faster player on my on my camp, and on my party, and I got another one for being abducted, and I still could not figure it out. So these things are hidden really well, and I gave the information to the person I trust the most, Carl KF, and I wanted him to, try to maybe even get it for himself. But once I got sent over there, we went into the next round, which was the pendulum swinging, and that was so difficult. I remember just swaying my head back and forth trying to get this one cup, and my knees were shaking a little bit. I was like, why am I so nervous? But we ended up losing, and I volunteered to go first and last because I was already on the bottom. It couldn't hurt more. It could only help my odds because I could save our team. And it did come down to me and their last person, but they had a little bit of a lead on us. So, I unfortunately missed it, or didn't finish, but I was at the last two cups. And then we get back to the party, and it was clear that I was on the bottom, so I knew I had my work cut out for me.
Expedition fans, get ready for a long one. Kibo went to Crossroads 3 times. What's up now? Not cool. That was brutal. I didn't see that happening. Unfortunately, we did. First time around, I had a feeling everyone was going to go for Jon Snow. I get into a chat with Jordan, and she says Jon Snow right away. I'm thinking I want to save this guy. I'm thinking I'm feeling pretty good about him at this point. I've been a little bit unsure of where our relationship was going to go with this game. So I bring up JJ, someone that I'm not feeling too good about, that I would gladly get rid of, and mention our 6-person alliance that I don't even think this girl knew about. Next thing you know, the line trickles on, and JJ ends up being the majority vote, and I all of a sudden get paranoid because I start talking to Jon Snow, who tells me that everybody's saying my name. Do I believe him? Well, I don't want to believe him, but why would he say that?
Jon Snow, you suck and you just lost all my trust doing that. Like, I don't know why you even did that. I get it. I talked to Robin later and he told me he had mentioned my name. But when you tell me that everybody was saying my name, that's a lot different than just Robin bringing that up. Future fact, probably don't do that, especially with a past player that is completely unsure of you. No. So Jon Snow's been digging his grave since then. A lot of people have talked about him. He is not going to last in this game very long, I don't think. If he does, I'll be surprised. Moving on from there, I was super paranoid at Tribal. I won't deny that. I was nervous that the house was that the party was flipping on me. Like, I didn't know for sure. I had nothing to be worried about. JJ went out. Boom. That was easy. I feel bad. I think he was shocked, but he wasn't good for my game. And when I tried to talk advantages with him, I wasn't feeling it. So yeah, he could go. I definitely think that had something to do with me telling Jordan, and I had a big influence in that. That's something I'll find out later, but pretty cool if it did. Moving on from there, I went to Crossroads again. We got tribe swap, but we had a majority for Kibo to Shira's. The other party got to save somebody. They saved Austin. Lindsay was in there, and what do I do but make a rookie move? Please take note of this if you're ever going to play a game, and do not ever do what I just did. Robin says he's jumping to the outpost, and I want to chat with him, so I jump, and of course Lindsay jumps too, and it ends up being me and her. Well, I make the big mistake. Dun dun. Danielle, what were you thinking? I tell Lindsay I was feeling vulnerable at the Lost Crossroads and thought it could have been me. Well, whoa, thank goodness this girl wasn't thinking too outside the box, because she could have used that way more to her advantage and potentially have got me out at that point in time. I wasn't thinking about it after I said it, I was like, but anyways, once we moved into the Crossroads, I realized that was a huge mistake, and she did put her vote on me, but I mean, of course she did. I bit myself in the ass there, but what do you do? So anyways, she goes unanimous vote. I knew that was I was pretty confident that was gonna happen. I thought Kibo would stay strong, and they did. Moving on. Boom, we fail again and we lose again. I couldn't literally believe it. Crossroads round 3. Austin fights hard. He doesn't know that I felt vulnerable in point 1 of this 3-point Crossroads. Of course he doesn't go targeting me. Why would he? No, he targets Robin. Super smart move, like giving Austin props 100. But it didn't make any sense for us to vote out Robin. I already knew all this about Robin. Robin's obviously making multiple alliances. It is apparent Jordan is his number 1 at this point in the game right now. I knew all of this already. I definitely put it into Sneha's ear, and Austin helped me do that. So thank you for that. Hopefully she remembers that moving forward. Other than that, it would make no sense. If one of these players come back in the game, Austin coming back, he knew we pretty much had to do that. If we betrayed Robin right now and a player comes back in the game, that would have really hurt our game for flipping. So we made the right choice as far as I'm concerned. And tomorrow, hopefully the Crossroads, we don't end up there again. I shared my advantages with Robin. I hope he finds the advantage. I've been looking everywhere and I can't find it. I just want someone from Kibo to have it. I'd rather have one of my people have it than one of Shira's. So anyways, that's all for tonight, guys. We'll see you soon.
Okay, guys. So round 1 today was crazy. We did lose the challenge. In my opinion, Danielle was the one who slowed us down. She had a technique and it did not work for her. So because of her, we did lose a lot of time, unfortunately, and we were sent to Crossroads. So when we went back to camp after the challenge, honestly, I was ready to get rid of her because she did slow us down in the challenge, and but the names that I was hearing was John and JJ. And honestly, between those two, I would have rather John go home. Since day 0, I was ready to get rid of John. John kind of shady. I don't know if y'all know that, but he kind of shady. But everybody else in the party wanted to go JJ because they didn't want to ruff any feathers. But I just went with the majority, you know. I wanted to do the John thing, but, you know, you can't be trying to push things right now. So JJ did go home. I felt like JJ was a little salty because he didn't even say bye. And I was like, ooh, not JJ not wanting to say bye, but oh well. Round 2, at the exemption challenge, we lost again. Now, honestly, we could have won it. Robin did have some issues with his paper plate. I mean, it didn't have anything to do with his strategy or technique or anything. It was just his plate was just too light. And sadly, we did lose. And when we lost, the other party got the option to exempt somebody, basically. And they chose Austin because when we swapped, there was 2 people from their original party. It was Austin and there was Lindsley. And they chose Austin. And by them doing that showed a lot. It showed that they cared more about Austin than they did Lindsley. But if they were smart, they should have kept both and exempted one of us so that they would have had more time. At least one of them would have had more time to like make a bond and start an alliance with somebody on our side, but they didn't. So they took Austin back to their camp and left Lindsay with us. And when we got back to camp, Lindsay kind of gave up, in my opinion. She was just already like, I know I'm gonna go home, but girl, you better start trying to make some stuff work. Like, I don't know what she was doing. She didn't really try until we got to Crossroads. And then when she was getting sassy with Danielle, was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm here for. It was a little hectic. She brought up some good points, but I mean, at the same time, we don't know. She was talking about she would be better in challenges, but we really don't know how she is in challenges because we really haven't got to see the other party as much. So Lindsay did end up going home. When we got back to camp, everybody was chill because we knew that was going to be the obvious vote. And so round 3, the exemption challenge, Austin was back with us and he decided to go twice because he wanted to prove himself since he was the odd man out, basically. And at the exemption challenge, we did end up losing once again. And when we got back to camp, honestly, I was ready to get the core 4 back together, even though Trent wasn't here. I was ready to get Austin and Robin back on the same page, but we couldn't get into a room together first. If we would have made it in a room together first, then it would have been a complete different story. But Austin went and talked to Robin, and Robin basically was like, hey, man, you got no chance. And I was like, dang, I wish that I would have been in that room because I would have been able to been like, oh, we can probably save you because it only takes 3. So with that being said, I guess Robin kind of put a target on his back, you know. Austin tried to talk to the girls and get him out. When Austin talked to me, he was like, yeah, I want to vote Robin. He was like, yeah, I want to vote Robin. I want to make a big move tonight. And I was like, dang. If he would have said anybody else, I would have been like, yeah, I'm down. But he said Robin. And me and Robin are like this. And it sucks because I did want to keep Austin because we already had a bond at the beginning and he would have just been a shield for me. But unfortunately, he didn't have numbers. I told him, I said, hey, man, if you can convince one of the girls to vote with you, then I'll flip. But he couldn't. So we got to Crossroads. And Austin, man, he is a fighter. Oh, my goodness. He brought up some real good points when we were at Crossroads. And honestly, I was really ready to flip. But I knew that we did not have numbers. And I could not do anything if we didn't have the numbers. Man. And after a while, I was like, yeah, I want to keep Austin. But then he started to, like, kind of expose me and Robin's alliance that we had since day 0. And we can't be having that. So Austin had to go. And honestly, I really wish that I would have voted for Robin just to ruffle some feathers because, you know, I just want to make things a little messy, you know. But I did end up voting Austin. So Unfortunately, I played the safe card, but next time you never know. I might flip and do some things that might surprise y'all.
Hey guys, so this is my third confessional. This is Jon Snow, and we are out in the woods here. Today was crazy. There was a merge swap, which was nuts. I got sent over to the Shira tribe, and could have been bad for me. So I just started throwing not other team under the bus, but just like sort of saying like I'm not with them, kind of thing. Like, you know, you guys can trust me, kind of thing. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. And yeah, we won. We won the challenge. We needed a win, which was great. We needed that. Oh, shit. Is that a bear? Thought I heard a bear. Sorry about that. There's bears out here and lions and stuff. Whoops. Okay, so there was no bear. But, okay, so basically we won the second challenge, and they brought over Ariana, and she got to stay safe, so that was kind of weird. But I don't know. Basically, yeah. I think we're coming to a rendezvous soon, and I'm just trying to stay alive to try to like snake these guys out of this $1 million. What? It's not $1 million. There is no prize. I don't even know why I'm playing. But I'm feeling good about my placement here. I'm making connections with Lainey, Trent, and Carl and them guys, and I'm just trying to like stay off and just try to win. I want to win so that way everyone's cool with it, right? So yeah, but I gotta go make a fire because the camp, they're cold, and they probably think I'm over here looking for compasses and stuff, which I probably am. I'm gonna go look for some compasses here in a second, but I want to say thank you guys. I'm gonna go back and light a fire for these guys. They need a fire, and yeah, we're getting there. We're getting down to almost 10 people here soon, which is crazy. Oh yeah, my old team, we voted out JJ. We blindsided them. Forgot about that. We blindsided JJ. Sorry, JJ, if you're seeing this, we blindsided you. But yeah, I gotta go make this fire, and see you guys later. Confessional number 3. Peace.
What's up, Expedition All-Night? This is day 2 officially. We're into what is this? Our fourth cycle. I don't know. Today we had cycle number 3, 4, and 5, I guess. Whoa. Okay, so of course this is a game of surprises, and we had our first few surprises, starting with the swap, starting with the kidnapping / abductions. And honestly, like, I'm happy that I'm still here. Let's start with that. I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy that I've made it so far in the game. But what a night. What a freaking night. Okay, let's go all the way back. Let's start with, like, Twilisha, Face Goddess, and Rosemary being freaking roommates. Like, pardon my French, but what the fuck? Like, seriously. I feel like I've been cheated from a little bit of the game, experience from the game, which is a little upsetting. Plus, I kind of really wanted to work with Face Goddess. So, not only did Rosemary get out, but then I also lost someone that I wanted to work with. Because, like, when the whole kind of, like, Rosemary vote happened, and Austin was, like, suggested Rosemary, I jumped on that because I wanted to save Face Goddess. Like, I did not want her name to come up. So I was like, okay, let's go Rosemary so that we can make sure that Goddess was going to stay in the game. And so, like, yeah. What the fuck? Anyways, then we got the swap. I'm in the majority, but that sucks for my homeboy, Austin, who's in a minority on the other side. And like I said, he's pretty much my day one at this point. Him and Lindsay were sent to the other tribe. Lindsay gets eliminated. I feel really bad about that, but at least Austin wasn't the one to go, and he gets to survive another day. Now, we win. We're on a winning streak. That's great. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm competing well. I hope that translates to individual challenges as well, even though, you know, I mean, I'm doing a really good job within a team, and I hope I can translate that to good performances individually. But, like, I really hope they're not starting to see me as, like, a physical threat, because, like, thoughts I've never heard in my life. Carl's a physical threat. So, like, yeah. Plus, I really do think there are bigger threats that I would like to put in front of me, obviously. But yeah, then we won again, and that means that Austin is in jeopardy. And I know that he has an extra clue that he didn't share with anyone else that he shared with me. This again like solidifying kind of like this like alliance that we have going on, because he shared it with me and I don't think he shared it with anyone else. And I definitely feel like I'm getting more information out of him than Trent is. So this idea that it's me and him, 1 and 2, and Trent is number 3, I feel good about it. Trent has obviously moved up in my score sheet, because the possibility of losing Austin means that I definitely need to solidify what I have with Trent. And at this point, me and him are definitely going to be like, I feel like eventually, like I obviously have to be super careful, but there has to be a certain working together in order to survive. Like, so it's going to be like, 75% trust, 25%, wary, because I do realize that he's going to probably try to, if he gets to a point where he has no option, he's going to throw my name in. But that's not going to be good for him. I don't think it's going to be good for him. So it has to be a last resort type of thing. But I really hope that Austin pulls through. I need him to make it through. Like, honestly, I need him to make it through. Jon Snow gave him the people to talk to. I think those are good people. I was trying to tell him to talk to Jordan, but the thing's like, I didn't know if I had a code name, a code word that he could give to Jordan so that Jordan knows he's with me, because I really think that I can work with Jordan very well moving forward. I'm always trying to, it's so hard because I'm always trying to send her signals, like, eye signals, but I realized she has a freaking screen with like 20 people, so she probably, like, she's like, everyone probably think I'm giving him eye signals at this point, so whatever. Anyways, crazy night, but I'm still in the game. I'm really happy about that. I definitely feel that being on the winning side of these challenges, that I'm finding my pace, I'm calming down, which is very important, because I feel like I went large at the beginning, which was good. It was good enough because it got me Lainey's friendship and alliance, like loyalty, I think. Trent and Austin see me as someone they want to work with. Michael, Michael, I need to work with Michael, that's for sure. But damn, that dude is not talking a lot. And I don't trust that. I thought I had a vibe from him at the beginning, but I think the vibe is gone. But yeah. Anyways, I'm already past 5 minutes. I'm not gonna bore you anymore. Crazy night, still there, super happy. This game is crazy. Cycles are going back super quickly, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm so excited. This is so fun. Yeah. Peace.
So, I mean, today was the day. I can't lie about that. So it started off with us going to Crossroads, Shira, and we were pretty confident on the fact that we wanted Rosemary to go home. And then obviously this whole drama happened. I don't really know how to describe it, but essentially Rosemary and the face goddess were living in the same house or apartment, or they were roommates. I don't know, but that was a little bit stressful, and honestly also kind of alleviated some stress because I was like, okay, at least it's not me. And Docs was just kind of like, like, I was gonna grill you guys, but you can leave if you want. But then we go back to camp and we kind of freak out about that for the 10-20 minutes that we are there for. And then we go to do the first challenge, and I practiced this challenge actually, and I thought I did decent. One person that I was like, wow, you're doing maybe a little too good, was Austin, honestly. But we ended up coming up with the win, and I was like, all right, great. We're all safe. We can all just talk and strategize and talk about what the hell just happened in Crossroads earlier. And so that's what we did. And then, we go to the next challenge and then tribe swap. And I'm just like, Okay, let's hope that I'm on the right side of the numbers and hope that my kind of core three, which is Austin, Michael, and me, are all in the same place. So we do the swap and I end up being on the same party as Michael, but Austin's on the other party with only one other person from our original party, and I was like, ugh, he's on the real wrong side of the numbers right now. And I was a little bit worried because I was like, I want to keep him around because I like having him in my alliance. I like having those numbers. I like having those solid numbers as well. But there's nothing I can really do. So when we win the challenge, we got the option to abduct someone, and I immediately shout out Austin. I'm like, we should probably take him because I know Carl's close with him somewhat, and I know that Michael is close with him just kind of through me. So we take him, and like, he's pretty grateful that he got to come back with us, and like, he's like, thanks for saving me, like, you know. And it was kind of like who we could see got voted out would be kind of a gauge of to where the tribe was at, like how close they were, like if they were willing to hear other people's sides. And when I saw, when we went to the next challenge, that Lindsay was voted out, I was like, ugh, it's not looking good for Austin next vote. But when Austin was at our camp, I was honestly just trying to look for an idol for him. I wanted to establish that trust between him. I wanted to, you know, kind of not necessarily throw him a bone, but kind of give him that, like, just that advantage to get further in the game, because I do know that he wants to play, and I do know that he's a good player, and I do know that he's trustworthy. So I was very solid on, if I got that advantage, I was going to give it to him. And I have searched for so long for this damn advantage, and I do not know where it is. The closest I've gotten is an episode about 2-3 days ago with a timestamp made by the host. And I don't know what it is, because it was just basically advantage getting, and I don't know how to even communicate that. It's so difficult, and I don't know what to do, and it's just like, I have nothing else to really go off of. I've looked through countless social medias by these people, and it's just, it's so difficult. But unfortunately, it was too little too late, and I did actually not find it, and I don't know what's gonna happen with Austin. I hope that he's like saved by the grace of God, and I mean, I'm not religious, but I hope he is, and fingers crossed I'll go into the challenge tomorrow and I will see Austin. But you know, it's not looking pretty right now, but hopefully we will see. But as long as I still kind of have my core, like a few people, which I do know that Carl and Michael are still pretty solid with me, I feel like I'll be okay. So
okay, so day 2, things got a little more interesting. Came back to Shira tribe and found out that Rosemary and Face Goddess were roommates. So I think they kind of knew that was against the rules. So they removed themselves from the game, or got taken out. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, they're out. So then we go into the challenges. And Doc says we're doing a little party swap. So spin the wheel. We got our new parties. We got 2 people, Arliana and Jon Snow, and 2 of our Shira party went over to Kibo, Austin and Lindsay. So it was 4-2, 4-2 on both sides. So the new Shira team we did pretty good at all the challenges. I mean, we won all of them, which after the first one, we had the option to keep somebody, pull somebody away from Crossroads. We chose Austin. So obviously that left Lindsay by herself, unfortunately. And then after the second one, we won again, but we weren't able to take anybody. So still anxious to find out if Austin somehow saved himself. I don't know. It seems unlikely since they voted out Lindsay before. So it's tough because winning these challenges, it's good for the Shira team who's left on the Shira team, but we're pretty much eliminating our other team members. Unless Austin can pull something off here, we'll find out today.
So for starters, I'm not really sure if I'm a dum-dum or if these advantages are just that hard to find, because I'm searching and I just can't find anything. Sneha and Danielle and Jordan all shared clues with me, and I have 4 clues now, and I can't find anything. And I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I'm like starting to become paranoid that this is going to be the downfall of my game, but I'm just going to try and keep looking and move forward and hope that if the advantage, I don't even know, has or have been found, that it's not going to hurt me too much. These last few rounds were like kind of crazy, but kind of not that crazy. We did a party swap in which we ended up with 4 members of our original party to 2 from their party. We had Austin and Lindsay come over to our side, and it was myself, Danielle, Sneha, and Jordan. They stole Austin and brought him back to their camp, so they really screwed Lindsay over. She tried to make her case and convince us to vote out Danielle, but that just wasn't happening. Oh yeah, I should probably mention how badly I did at the paper plate lasso challenge thing. You could probably roll that right now. Me not being able to throw a plate more than 3 feet. It was brutal. So after that, we did the swinging marker challenge, which we also lost. So yesterday we won a couple in a row, and today we lost a couple in a row. So we then came back to camp with Austin this time and voted Austin out. Lindsay put up a fight. Austin put up even more of a fight. He started by talking to me about how I was going to be the only one left with a bunch of girls, which doesn't bother me at all. And then he started throwing my name out to the girls, which they promptly came back and told me. So that tells me 2 things. The first thing is that, the girls were given a chance to vote me out. They didn't take it, and they actually came back to me with the information, which is amazing. But it also tells me that maybe I need to not be driving the action so much. And this might just be like my own perception of the game, but I really felt like I was the one that pushed for JJ to go. Oh yeah. Probably should have mentioned that. We did 3 crossroads in a row. JJ went early on in the night. So yeah, in that first round, JJ went. Some people wanted John, some people wanted Danielle, but I wanted JJ because I wanted to keep the option of working with John and Danielle open, so we got rid of JJ. And then in the second one, I was very, very adamant that we should just do Lindsay. In the next one, I was very, very adamant that we should just do Austin, even though my name was getting brought up. So I feel like I've been driving the action a little bit, and I think that maybe I need to take a back seat just to slow down a little bit and not come off as, someone who's playing really, really hard. They've been easy decisions so far, but I think that starting at the next round, the decisions are no longer going to be easy. I see either one of three things could happen. We could be going to a rendezvous, which adds a new element to the game. We could be swapping tribes again, which could add a new element to the game, or we might have to go into a competition 4-on-6, which I don't even know what that's going to entail. So I think that there are tough times ahead, but I'm having fun. And that's about it. I guess the other key element tonight was I did have a conversation with Sneha, and we mentioned the fact that we might have to go to Crossroads with 4 people. And who would be sort of on the bottom, and she brought up Danielle, which I agreed with, so I'm really going to push for that if we go to Crossroads, because I don't want it to be me. They could so easily get together and just vote me out. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, if we do go to Crossroads, the 4 of us, I think I would be the most likely one to go, so I'm going to have to work some magic tomorrow or find this freaking compass and hopefully get myself out of this. So that's that. I'm looking forward to the next round, and I can't wait to keep going. A moment of silence for JJ, Lindsay, and Austin. See ya.
Oh boy, day 2 of Expedition Online. We had 3 challenges and 3 crossroads today, and unfortunately the Kibo tribe, the Kibo party, lost every single challenge, so we had to go to Crossroads 3 times today. Our first Crossroads was the first time the Kibo party ended up in Crossroads, and it was a blindside vote against JJ. I feel bad because JJ had no idea. He thought we were all voting on Jon Snow, and honestly in the beginning I thought Jon Snow would be the easiest vote just because he didn't have any material and he wasn't prepared for the challenges. But then I guess with more conversation we decided that JJ would be a better vote to get out rather than Jon Snow. But now thinking back to it, I feel like we might have made the wrong decision there. Jon Snow doesn't really seem like a game player who sticks with his alliances. He just goes with whomever is gonna keep him safe and protected, and you can't always trust a player like that. We may be able to use him as a number, but I don't know if we can trust him. So I don't know if saving Jon Snow was the right move, but I guess going forward we will see. We also had a party switch today, and there were 6 Kibo and 6 Shira originally, and then with the party switch we got 4 Kibo and 2 Shira on the original Kibo party, and then 4 Shira and 2 Kibo at the new Shira party. So I ended up being on the Kibo party with the majority of the Kibo explorers from the original Kibo party. So I have the majority alliance, if you want to call it, in the Kibo party at the moment. And unfortunately Lindsay and Austin came to the new Kibo party from Shira, so they were the odd man out. And when we lost our second challenge, we had to go to crossroads, and the easiest vote for us was to stay Kibo strong and vote out Lindsay. It was nothing against Lindsay. She fought really hard. She made some excellent points. If, you know, the Shira party had the opportunity to abduct somebody from the Kibo party after the second challenge, and they decided to abduct Austin, which I think was not the smartest move, because if they had kept Austin in the Kibo and taken one of the Kibo members to Shira, Kibo would have had less people to vote against Shira in the crossroads. And both Lindsay and Austin trying to flip at least one Kibo is easier than just Lindsay trying to flip 3 Kibo. So I think Shira, the new Shira tribe, kind of made the wrong game move by saving Austin. And they kind of just left Lindsay high and dry, and we figured she wasn't going to have an advantage because the clues to find the advantages are not easy. So we took the risk and just all voted for Lindsay, and then she was unfortunately voted out. And then we move on to the third challenge, which Keep a Party locked again, and we went into crossroads, and the most obvious vote was Austin. If it was a better circumstances, I would 100% want to work with Austin. And if he comes back into this game, I would definitely. Austin he fought hard to stay, and he made some valid moves. Valid points. He mentioned Robin and Jordan having a Day Zero alliance, and while that might be important, I don't think he realizes that myself, Jordan, and Arliana also have a Day Zero alliance. So do I listen to Austin and vote out one of my own party members who I know at the moment has my back? I don't know what it's going to be like come rendezvous. But right now I know I'm not at the bottom of my alliance. But I mean, what Austin said is in my mind. Like, I am worried that when we come to emerge, Robin's gonna weasel his way into some of the other party explorers' alliances, and he's gonna take out myself and Danielle and Arliana one by one, and then make it to the end. But right now, I am choosing to trust Robin over Austin, and I hope that doesn't bite me in the ass later. But I think I made the right move. I am still staying strong with Jordan and Arliana. Unfortunately, Arliana is in the new Shira party on the bottom of that party because she is an original Kibo member. So if she can make it through, if there's another crossroad, if she can make it through that crossroad and we can get into a merge, then he's eliminated. Robin, Danielle, Jordan, myself, and Arliana, we can stay Kibo strong and keep our alliance strong if that's what we choose. But I don't know if I want to stick with my party lines, but I definitely want to stick with Jordan and Arliana. So I'm just hoping Arliana makes it. If there's another crossroad, I hope Arliana makes it through that crossroad. We'll see how day 3 goes.